former Trump staffers Jason Miller and AJ Delgado have now parented what's being referred to as a love child. All right, so amazing family values individuals there who apparently had this affair during Trump's campaign. Miller used to serve as Trump's communications director, while Delgado frequently appeared on news shows to talk up the mogul before he became president. Now, the reason why this is making headlines right now is AJ Delgado is basically going on this Twitter rant in response to a Page 6 article where Jason Miller says that he and his wife are excited and welcome this new baby into their lives and into their family. And Delgado didn't take too kindly to that because apparently after she told Miller that she was pregnant, he cut off communication. They only communicate through lawyers. So let me give you a little taste of what Delgado has to say on Twitter. Dear friends, beyond thrilled to share with you that I'm now a proud mother of a beautiful son, William, born July 10th. That was the announcement that she made for her new baby. Now, Jason Miller told Page 6.
Well, that's what Delgado says. We don't know that Jason Miller was the source for Page 6. Although they quote him, so it's a pretty good guess.
Right, okay. So he says, my wife and I, along with our 2 daughters, are excited to welcome William into the world and into our family, and we appreciate the well wishes we've received from so many. Now, Delgado was not happy about that. She says, oh wow, just reading the Page 6 article, so much wrong in it, I don't know where to begin. Love how Page 6 article implies it was a Vegas love child. No. The father and I were dating for 2 months. He was separated from his wife, he said, and had been since June. And I'm not sure what Jason means that he and his wife are excited to welcome Will. Really? News to me. Let me shut up before I say more. She did say more. She says, wasn't my choice to discuss this, but since Jason went to Page 6, something she's assuming, I now have to share. Story to McKay Coppins, stay tuned.
Okay, so let me just back up, give you complete context on this and why I think it has some relevance. So number one, Delgado threw Miller under a bus earlier, and I think a lot of people would say rightfully so. I think there are no good guys in this story with the great exception of Jason Miller's wife, who's an American hero for giving him, I guess, and her choice and whatever she wanted to do, everybody would understand. And then welcoming the young child into the family, it's unbelievably gracious and magnanimous of her. But now let's talk about the bad guys. So people didn't know about the affair. All of a sudden there's leaks about how Delgado and Miller were at a strip club in Vegas before the last presidential debate. Hence the reference to the Vegas love child. Delgado says it was conceived somewhere else. Who cares? Okay, no one cares where it was conceived. But they obviously had an affair. That's the relevant part here. And Delgado starts leaking about the affair back then. So Jason Miller wants to be White House communications advisor. And Delgado starts saying he should resign immediately. People are like, whoa, why is a Trump surrogate saying that this Trump top aide, and he was a communications lead for the campaign, should resign? And then he does resign. So now, they obviously had an affair. He's married, party of family values. They got 81% of the evangelical vote. So evangelicals just admit it. You love tawdry sex. You love illicit affairs. You love divorces. You love all the things that are not in the Bible, because Trump got divorced twice, has been married 3 times, cheated on all of his wives. Almost all of his advisors are now, Miller apparently in this affair, Delgado in the affair. Story in the National Enquirer probably planted by Trump that Manafort had an affair. Affair. Evangelicals just confess you never cared about sex outside of marriage. You never cared about it. All you cared about was your politics for other reasons. It was always a political prop for you, and I think that's the core of this story. So now, finally, Delgado says that stuff. Miller gets fired basically, and steps away from the Trump administration. I don't know why Delgado thinks she's on such a moral high ground.
Right, can I comment on that quickly?
Yeah.
Look, I know that, let's say 2 people are engaged in an extramarital affair with one individual being married, the other not being married. I know that the blame is placed on the person who is married. They shouldn't be cheating on their significant other. However, her qualifier of they were separated and you're part of this conservative movement where you go around judging the lives of other individuals, and then you're saying, no, what I did was okay. I mean, he was legally married, but they were separated and we dated for 2 months. No, he's married. He's married. Okay, so that qualifier doesn't justify your actions. And by the way, look, this is for people who don't go around judging the lives of other people. Like, we're humans, and I get it. And so if this didn't involve family values conservatives, I wouldn't be as harsh. But like, her qualifier just really grates on my nerves, because it's not, no, that's not good enough. That doesn't make you the good guy. Now, I hear you. I mean, it was super shady of him to cut communication with you after you told him that you got pregnant. But also, while you continue on with this public, ridiculous behavior, you gotta keep in mind, you have a son now. Right? You've brought a child into this world, and now, this crap is gonna live on the internet for the rest of humanity, and that kid's gonna read it one day. Like, just stop.
And Jason Miller is his dad. Okay, look, screw Jason Miller, and he's done everything wrong, and I can't stand him anyway, and so I'm not defending him even 1%.
Right.
But I'll be even harsher than you on AJ Delgado. So, hey, family values person going on TV talking about family values and how Trump is great. Wait. Why are you the victim because you both had consensual sex outside of marriage? Wait a minute, forget that he's married. I thought you weren't supposed to have any sex outside of marriage. Were you married to him? But AJ, you weren't married to him, were you? So you're telling everybody else, hey, get married, get married, get married. Don't do sex outside of marriage. Okay, all you evangelicals, go vote for us because we're the moral people. You go have sex with him apparently over and over and over again while he's married. Then you play the victim like, oh my God, I was misled. I thought that I was just having a technical affair with him, but not one that mattered at all. I thought I was just having sex outside of marriage, which I tell everybody else not to do. And now color me offended that it turns out that this serial liar who I know lies for the Trump campaign professionally also lied to me.
And by the way, Jason Miller was a huge supporter of Ted Cruz. In fact, he had tweeted about how sleazy Donald Trump is, how terrible he is, especially after Trump attacked Ted Cruz's wife. And then when Ted Cruz's chances of getting nominated by the Republican Party basically faded, and Trump asked him to come work with him, he's like, yeah, sure, of course I'll do it. He started deleting his tweets. Anyway, just shady, sleazy behavior on all sides. And what I would hope is that they would at least keep their kids in mind, including Miller's 2 daughters, right? Delgado, just stop. Okay, you have a son now. There are 2 little girls that have to deal with this stuff in the future. It's just sick, and they need to stop.
And finally, look, I don't care about anybody's personal lives. They want to have extramarital sex. I'm in favor. I don't care. It's not my business. I don't think he should have cheated on his wife, but it's again not my business. Okay, but these are the guys who claim it is our business. So the next time you see a Republican or a conservative or evangelical or whoever it might be, moralizing to you and telling you what you should and shouldn't do in your life, in your
bedroom,
in your bedroom,
life,
yeah, whether it's sex outside of marriage, whether it's taking away contraception, whether it's what you do with your body, or whether it's a lifestyle they don't agree with. How dare you have gay sex? You should only kind of have the kind of adulterous sex we have that is just as against the Bible as anything else. Keep AJ Delgado and Jason Miller in mind, and their trips to Vegas strip clubs and their affair in mind the next time you hear some conservative moralizing to you, because they don't mean a word of it. And behind the scenes, they're doing that and way worse. If you like this video, you'll love the whole TYT network. Check it out at tytnetwork.com/join.